on March 29th. It's my birthday. And all I want to see happen on my birthday is for Elon to be taken down.
Yeah, Sean, it is. And you know, after she said that about Elon, she said, well, I didn't mean violence. But, however, your words have consequences. And what happened after she said that about Elon Musk, she's a Texan in her own home state. After she said that, this morning, 3 explosive devices were found in Austin, Texas. So she needs to unequivocally denounce the violence. She must apologize immediately, not only to all Texans, but to our country, to the American shareholders of Tesla, because she is promoting violence. And then you showed the clip of what she said about Senator Cruz. I believe she probably will be censured by Congress. People's lives are in danger. This is America. We're in a free country.
What's going on, guys? We got to talk about ghetto bird Jasmine Crockett, the hood Raptor. Okay, so you guys might want to get used to Jasmine Crockett, because at least until the midterm election, she's probably going to be talk of the town for a while. The Democrats really don't have anybody else. They got like Crockett and AOC and maybe a couple others sprinkled in. You got Jeffries. They really don't have anybody, guys. They pretty much just have a bunch of freaking losers. Dollar Tree Obama over here literally sounds like a robot, like some sort of android, the way he always talks about extreme MAGA Republicans. Like he's a complete weirdo, and Jasmine Crockett is just always ghetto, flicking her hair, and you know, always like trying to tell somebody off. And that's the same thing she's doing today here, because she's mad at Pam Bondi. Okay, as you saw from the beginning of this video, Pam Bondi put her on notice. She's mad and salty, and she's been freaking out ever since, talking about Pam Bondi's against her freedom of speech because she was inciting violence, Crockett, against people she doesn't like Ted Cruz and Elon Musk.
Flashback.
I think that you punch. I think you punch. I think you're okay with you okay with punching. You know, I think and I love Colin, and I think towards the end he started to punch a little harder. But like, it's Ted Cruz. I mean, like, this dude has to be knocked over the head like hard.
A few moments later.
To have the sitting attorney general go on, and I'm gonna call it faux news. I know some of y'all love it, but it's fake to me. To have her go on Fox News and to then decide that she wanted to send a threat to me, it was wrong. Because here it is, she is the highest law enforcement agent in this country, and people are watching and they are consuming this information, and they are believing that simply because I decided that I wanted to exercise my right to free speech, which I am not abridged from doing, that she then wanted to then politicize something that should not be politicized. I don't like Elon Musk. I'm gonna say it 50,000 times. I don't like him. I don't like that he going out there and he firing people. I think that he's a crook, because somehow the rest of us can't sit around and get whatever federal contracts we want. The rest of us can't sit around and get law enforcement and get them somehow ordained as federal law enforcement to protect him. The rest of us can't get our dealerships protected by the federal government. That is somebody that is operating above the law. For whatever reason, just because he has a lot of money, more money than everybody else. And yes, I am happy to see that on my birthday, which is what I said, there were peaceful protests around this world against him, because he is a problem. And so you never should have somebody that is sitting that high and is going to sit up here and threaten a sitting member of Congress, when she knew good and well, if she watched the entire thing, that I specifically told protesters to make sure you consult with lawyers, just like I've told protesters over and over and over in the history of me advising people to go out and exercise their constitutional right. The fact that there are other sitting members that have received letters of threat from this new DOJ tells me that they are about retribution and they are not about following the law.
Now, Crockett here has literally no leg to stand on. She's talking about, well, if you play the full clip, it kills me when anybody that's any type of Democrat says anything about full clips. I'm like, I don't want to freaking hear it. Because Donald Trump, I got a whole playlist, January 6th playlist. If you're interested in the truth behind January 6th, please watch this video. Please watch the playlist if you haven't seen it, because it will detail everything that you need to know about January 6th, about federal agents, about who attacked who. They're talking about they attacked the police. No, the police attacked them and they attacked back. But the narrative is they was attacking police officers. This is a stupid narrative. Anytime the police could be beating your head into the ground, and then the second you put your arm up to defend yourself, stop resisting. It's not that simple as what these fake news hacks and these woke politicians try to make it out to be. But Jasmine Crockett had absolutely no grace for Donald Trump on January 6th when he said to go peacefully. She repeatedly calls him an insurrectionist and says that he's wrong for pardoning these people, even though he told people to go and peacefully protest, which is exactly what she's defending today.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
She's directly calling to knock Ted Cruz over the head and for Elon Musk to get gone, get rid of Elon Musk, take him down. Things Donald Trump didn't say. He didn't say knock people over the head. He's not saying anything like that. What are you talking about? You could listen to his whole speech. Peacefully, patriotically, make your voices heard. You know how many people still don't know that he told people to go peacefully to the Capitol? It's almost pathetic at this point to not know, because it's like you're not trying to know. You're not trying to get to the truth. You think you already know everything. And it doesn't make any sense. Jasmine Crockett, the difference here, guys, is Jasmine Crockett does know. All of these people in Congress know. Matter of fact, she was such a liar, she was willing to allow Donald Trump to go to prison and tried to remove his Secret Service protection.
So I want to look at this. It's a group of 27 Texas lawmakers and candidates for office who wrote a letter calling for one state Democrat, Jasmine Crockett, to resign. They say it's because she co-sponsored a bill in April that would have removed Trump's Secret Service protective detail. And that bill was introduced with veteran Democrat, or by, Benny Thompson, who yesterday was defending the bill. He said in a statement, "My bill would not have affected the Secret Service's presence during this tragic event." The bill aims to automatically bar Secret Service protection to anyone sentenced to prison for a federal or state felony conviction. Well, that's why that bill slid in, because it was right around the time of the 34 convictions against Donald Trump. Not only would it have affected that, it affected him. It would have affected him. It was aimed at him.
Benny Thompson was also the chair of the Jan 6 committee, I'll just point out. But I wonder if they feel the same way about Hunter Biden and pulling his Secret Service detail away, as he's a convicted felon. So we didn't see any push there. Look, this was partisan politics.
Well, he still has that protection.
Of course he does. Yeah. Of course he does.
So let me get this straight. You're upset at Pam Bondi for putting you on notice, giving you a warning. Hey, check yourself before you wreck yourself. But when it comes to Donald Trump, oh, you need to throw the book at him. Oh, yeah, he can't say anything about no fight, no protest, no nothing. He's an insurrectionist and an election denier. He's everything, that's the worst things imaginable.
You found out that it was your leader that decided that he wanted to propagate an insurrection on our country. So don't tell me that you care about the Constitution, because you don't. But
Jasmine Crockett can sit up here and go against impeaching people. She gets to impeach whoever she wants as Supreme Court justice she doesn't want. But if Trump tries to impeach someone, or any Republican tries to impeach someone, oh, it's a threat to democracy and we're not respecting the judicial system. Crockett directly calls to knock Ted Cruz over the head multiple times and to end Elon Musk, get rid of him as her perfect birthday gift, and that he need to be gone forever. But all of a sudden, that's okay, but anything Trump said is not. This person is a hypocrite who deserves to continue to get exposed and laughed at, ridiculed, mocked. It's the only way you can diminish these people enough to where nobody takes anything that they say seriously. Some people actually listen and take what Jasmine Crockett says seriously, guys. Don't think that just because they can't win an election doesn't mean that these people don't have enough influence in other ways. You can still, it's not about who wins the election necessarily. It's about who influences the culture, because who influences the culture inevitably is who influences elections. And if Jasmine Crockett continues to grow, you know, they probably done already forgot about this Hot Wheels thing. A lot of people probably think it's funny. I saw people in the comments. A lot of people loved the Hot Wheels comment. You know, they was going off making new jokes about Greg Abbott. So the lowest common denominator is out there and is a serious threat to America, guys. So don't think that it's impossible for somebody like this ghetto hood raptor to win. It's just unlikely. But if she continues to grow in popularity with these stupid jokes and, you know, nobody ever doing research on everything, reading the title of articles and believing everything that dumbasses like Crockett say, then yeah, she could pose a serious problem. Maybe I'm overestimating her, but I'd say that that's better than underestimating her. But I don't know, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this. You think that Jasmine Crockett is in her right to say violent things and incite violence against people that she doesn't like because it's her freedom of speech? Do you think freedom of speech applies in this case? What about when it's Republicans? Is there a double standard here? Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
Okay, so if you talk about taking somebody out or taking them down or knocking somebody over the head and knocking them over the head hard, are those threats of violence?
Yeah, Sean, it is. And you know, after she said that about Elon, she said, well, I didn't mean violence. But, however, your words have consequences.